Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is something that I didn't think I was going to talk about because I never really came across my mind, but something's been happening more often lately and I thought, you know what, this might be good to speak about, whether there might be some people out there doing the exact same thing as I was and probably still am. And that is how to process comments that you may not like, whether they might offend you or make you feel insecure or make you question who you are. So I wanted to talk about that and what's happened to me within the last month or so, say, and how I've been processing the comments. So I think it was a week or so ago, I was at my best friend Mickey's house, which I know she watches my videos, so don't freak out. This is not a bad thing at all. I was having dinner with her and her partner and my partner, and we're all having dinner, and she said to me that she thinks that I was unapproachable when she first met me. And at first I was like, what? I was like, no, like I consider myself a bubbly person, a happy person. I generally find that I'm usually like, hey, how you going? Really happy to do things for people. So I was like, no, like you're wrong, you don't know me at all. And I like felt upset by it. Then I asked my partner, I said, do you think that too? And he said, yeah, I think you put walls up. And that's what she said. She said, I think that you put walls up. And I thought about it and I processed it. I let it go at dinner. We moved on. I was like, oh, okay, like I don't really think that, but that's fine. Moved on. No hard feelings at all. And then I got home and I thought about it and I realized that she's right. And I always thought I was an approachable person because I always try to make myself feel approachable. And whether that's being a helpful person or like at work or wherever I am. And then I thought about it. And she said, the first time I met you or talked to you, felt like you were unapproachable. So I thought about the first time that Mickey and I had like a big conversation and we were sort of like becoming friends. I remember feeling like, I want this girl to be my friend. Like super lame, but I was like, I really like her. I want her to be my friend. So I was trying to impress her. So in my head, I was like, right, you've got to be this kind of person. You've got to be that kind of person, so that she likes you and that so she'll be your friend. So in that retrospect, I was putting a wall up and this is really bad, but I was trying to cover all the bad things about me, my cerebral palsy, my attitudes, whatever it was, because like I wanted her to like me. So when we were first becoming friends, I did have walls up. Now I think that I did have walls up because I just wanted her to like me, but if I had let those walls down, then she would have got to know me for me, and that's exactly what I wanted. And now that I think about it, the first time that we hung out outside of work, because I met Mickey at my workplace, we both let our walls down and just spoke for, I reckon it was a couple of hours. We sat on her couch and spoke about all our family history, all our regrets, all our everything. Like I literally told Mickey like everything, and she did the exact same to me, and that's how we formed such a strong bond, and how she's still my best friend to this day. And I just want to take what she said, being unapproachable, and not see it as a negative thing. Although some people would see it as a negative thing and be like, I'm not unapproachable. At first I was like that, and I'm not going to deny that at all. At first I was like, no, you don't know me, I'm approachable, I'm this, I'm that. And fair enough, depends who I'm with. And I realised that I'd probably change myself depending who I'm around. So strangers that I might meet on the street, if they ask me for help, or other colleagues at workplaces, I feel like I seem approachable because I'm like, yeah, no worries, I'll help you out, I'll tell you what needs to be done or whatever it is. But with Mickey, I was trying to impress her, and so I don't think I became as approachable. I became more nervous and insecure, and I put those walls up because I was insecure of my disability, and I was insecure of how she was going to receive me as a person, my limits and everything like that. Now, Mickey and I both work in disability. We're both support workers, so that was really stupid because she's not going to judge me or feel any differently. Like, she works in the industry, for goodness sake. But that's what I did. I was like, you know, I don't want her to see me as pathetic or this and that thing, and I became insecure, and then that's where that wall came up. And it was really silly now that I think about it, but yeah. And another thing that was said to me on the weekend actually by my dad he said that I don't have a lot of patience, and I was like, excuse me? I was like, yes I am, I have heaps of patience. Like, I work with people with disabilities, you need to have a lot of patience. And then Jared said to me, he's like, yeah, you have patience with your job, but do you have patience when you're hungry? Do you have patience when we're still in bed and I haven't gotten up? And I was like, yeah, no, I don't. If Jared's not out of bed and I'm hungry, he's like World War III. It's so bad. And so at first I took the comment negatively, and it sounds like I don't receive things well, which sometimes I don't. I guess it depends if I'm hungry or not. No. I don't know. I took the comment saying I had no patience. Coming from my dad, I was like, what? I was like, no, you don't know me. I was like, no, I have patience. But it depends what it is. Like, you think back to things in your life. Are you patient all the time? You know, are you in a hurry, waiting in line for a coffee? Are you patient? No. There's so many things where I am not patient. And when it comes to food, I am definitely not patient. Especially if it's like 2 o'clock and I haven't eaten and Jared won't get out of bed. And I'm hungry. I'm not patient. I'm like, get out of bed! I'm hungry! Now! I turn into like full psycho. But yeah, I think that's just trying to take words people say to you and perceive them in a positive light instead of a negative. So at first when I was receiving these words, I was receiving them in a negative way, and then I had to stop, think about it, and go, actually no, they are right, or yes, this bit's right, this bit, you know, and dissect it a bit, I guess. So I guess that's what I'm trying to say is, don't take everything that's said to you or said about you negatively. Think about it and go, hang on, do I do this? Am I like this? Really try and understand who you are, because I thought I was approachable and patient, and I'm not always. Now, one thing that I did want to talk about is a month ago I was at the Country Girl Management. You guys saw my latest vlog, and one of the photographers there, which is, he's amazing, his name's Ben, he did an interview on me, and it was all about my cerebral palsy and inner strength and self-esteem and things like that. And at first I was like, yep, like, okay, that's fine. And then I thought about it and I got like a little bit upset by it, and a little bit upset by the comments he was making. Now, the comments he was making were beautiful. They were nice, they were wonderful, they were nice things to say to someone, and I perceived them with the niceness and with the other intent. So things that he had said to me was that I was brave, that I came across to him as strong, and all these other things, which are beautiful things to say to someone, and it's definitely not a negative thing for him to say towards me. But for me, I saw it as, why am I brave for doing something like modeling or walking on a catwalk just because I have cerebral palsy? You know, and I was like, no, I'm like every other girl. Like, I was like, no, like, I'm not that different, you know, like, I'm not brave, I'm doing exactly what everyone else is doing. And then I stopped and I thought about it, and I was like, okay, yes, you feel this way. Like, yes, you are a normal girl with cerebral palsy, and, you know, you shouldn't be treated too much differently because of that. But then I thought about it and I thought, you know what? There are plenty of other people that may have differences about them, whether it be a disability or a skin imperfection or whatever it is that they're insecure about. And for me to go up on stage in front of 500 people, in front of all those beautiful girls as well, and limp my way down that catwalk, or, you know, pose differently because of my cerebral palsy in my right side, that is brave. I was not giving myself enough credit. And I think that's why I got upset by his comments at first, because I was like, no, like, I'm no different. I'm like, hang on, you need to give yourself some credit. Like, what you did is brave. It's brave for any girl to go out there, regardless of a disability or not. It's brave for the beautiful girls that I met, Emily and Tara and all of them, to go out there and model in front of all those people. Like, it's not something you do every day, and for me to do it with cerebral palsy, that is brave. But I was not giving myself enough credit. So the comments he was giving me, they were beautiful and they were nice of him, and I took them differently. So do you see how, like, someone can say something that may be negative, like, oh, you're not approachable, and oh, you're so brave, and I've taken the negative from both of them. And that's not something I want to do, and it's not a person I'd like to be either. But it's gonna happen. You've just got to stop, realize, and dissect how you're feeling and why you're feeling that way, and And I think I got upset by the comments that were made to me over the weekend. Although they were all beautiful comments, they were all comments of, you're so strong, you're so brave, you're amazing, this, that and the other thing. I couldn't do what you do, which upsets me, because I'm like, what am I doing? I feel like I'm not doing anything different. I'm doing exactly what all you girls are doing. And it made me upset. But then when I stopped and thought about it, I spoke about it with a few people, my best friends and a few other colleagues and things like that, they made me realize that no, I was brave, like regardless of my disability. And I am strong. You know, I think that I'm not strong, I've just grown up with a disability, it's no big thing, like whatever. I brush off my past and what I've done so easily, because the people that I work with, they're brave, they're strong, because they have such stronger, you know, more impairing disabilities than I do, and their day-to-day struggles are worse than mine, I guess. And you know, I'm like, no, I don't deserve all this credit, I don't deserve recognition for being a beautiful person, a brave person, when they're doing something so much better than I am. But you've got to realize, I've got to realize, sorry, not you, that I am doing something brave and strong than the person next to me that may not have a disability. And it's very, very hard for me to accept compliments and to give myself credit. I don't receive comments well when people are like, oh wow, like you look amazing, this thing. I'm like, oh, I don't. Like, I get really insecure, and that, you know, I'll put my hand up, I am definitely insecure. And that's okay, I'm working on that. But I need to work on it from all aspects, whether that be the way I look, the way I feel, but also the way I receive things and the way I love myself. Ben telling me that I'm brave and that I'm strong, he saw me as an inspiration, and he saw me as, wow, you know, you are so good for doing this. And I thank him for that. I thank him for telling me that he thinks I'm brave and I'm strong, because that's such a nice thing to hear, and for someone else to think that of you. Yeah, and I think I don't tell myself I love myself or that I'm brave or strong enough. So yeah, thank you, Ben. But I just wanted to talk about these kind of comments that I've received and how I dealt with them. So some of them were a little bit different to others, and all of them were said with love, but I received them and dealt with them in a different way. And I wanted to talk about that's okay. Like, if someone says something about you and it makes you feel insecure, try and dissect what they're saying and say, you know what, they don't mean it in that way. Like, I'm only feeling this way because, you know, like, people say to me all the time, they're like, wow, I love your legs. Okay, so because my right leg is skinnier than my left, they're like, wow, you have such nice skinny legs. And I'm like, ew, what are they talking about? No. And I was like, because one leg's bigger than the other. And so to me, that's an insecurity. But to other girls, they're like, oh wow, that's so amazing. Like, you know, they're so nice. So if you've got an insecurity, don't let it affect you in the way that you think other people are going to see it as an insecurity as well. I guess is what I'm saying. Am I making sense? I have like all these words in my head and they're not like coming out the way they should. But yeah, I just wanted to talk about the power of words and how people perceive them. And that's the exact same way of, you know, any word, whether it be a nice one or a nasty one, whether someone calls me beautiful and I don't feel like I am, or whether someone calls me a retard and I'm like, no, I'm not. You know, I think there's so much power behind words and there's so much meaning behind them, and people's intent can be completely different to what you think it is. Yeah, so yeah, that's it. I think that's it. I know this was like kind of a weird video, but I kind of just wanted to talk about it because I felt like I was letting words affect me too much and affect how I felt too much. And I thought, you know what, there's probably other people that are doing the exact same thing. So if this video was helpful, please let me know. If you're starting to think about words in a different way, let me know. Like, comment and subscribe. I'm so sorry that the videos have not been as consistent lately. I've been all over the place. I'm trying to catch up and do a bulk of filming and a bulk of editing so it's ready to go. We're going to Thailand, Jared and I are going to Thailand soon, so there'll be some Thailand vlogs coming up. Until then, there'll be some mixed vlogs. I vlogged all weekend, the weekend just gone, so that will be coming up soon. So yeah, stay tuned and thanks for watching guys, and always I'll see you next time. Bye.